Do you have any hope at all that this online safety bill that the government are bringing forward is going to do anything that we need it to do?
Well, it's really over to the Culture Secretary, Nadine Dorries, to listen now to a second committee of MPs who said that the draft bill that was published last year really needs to be significantly strengthened. We know that the basis is there in the draft legislation for the UK to really lead the way, to catch up with those other European countries and to deliver legislation which is long overdue for children and young people. But we have to see the Culture Secretary really now start to be in listening mode, to engage with the concerns that have been expressed by MPs and civil society, because the stakes here for children and families are really, really high.
What are the big harms? Because I find myself constantly trying to have this conversation with members of the general public, and it's as if I'm introducing them to this problem for the very first time. People are, why are you so worried about porn? And I say, well, for instance, you've got children under 18 having cosmetic surgery, girls committing suicide, minors being groomed, a pervasiveness of ultra-permissiveness in society that goes from pop music to fashion to rape culture in schools. And yet it seems to me that not enough people are aware of quite how dangerous unregulated pornography is.
Well, what we know is that the majority of young people, teenagers or even younger than that, very often stumble across pornography for the first time. They're not trying to access it, they stumble across it. Now, that's either on commercial pornography websites or that is on social networks, the likes of Twitter, where we know that adult pornographic content is not only freely available, but algorithms kick in and will actively promote that to children and young people. And we know that that could be really disturbing and damaging for children and young people who aren't sure what they're seeing. We know it can distort their view of sex and relationships. And we know that that can go on to have a desensitizing effect, and that children and young people can then go on a journey of looking to access more and more extreme forms of pornography. So, this is why it's really important that there's a requirement on platforms, on commercial pornography websites, to make sure that the drawbridge is pulled up. So children are able to, use social networks and access age-appropriate content, but they're not able to stumble across really harmful forms of content like this.